business. He's coming all the way from Hamilton for you guys. Stony Creek, you're gonna love it. Let's make some noise, guys, for the very funny Jason Allen, everybody else.
I'll let you guys know a bit about myself. I'm in a long-term relationship. I've been with my wife Katie for the last 6 years now. I don't want to seem ungrateful or anything. Like, I'm 32, Katie's around my age, but I do find if other women do come on to me, which rarely happens. I know you guys are like, come on, sir, for Jesus, you're rolling in women. No. But if other women do come on to me, it's always women who are like significantly older than I am. Like, it's always women who are like, you remember me, the boys I used to party with in the 70s. I'm like, well, you remind me of my Aunt Shelley, so how much? Give me $20 at Christmas, we'll call this a relationship. Like, there's this older woman who comes to my work sometimes and she flirts with me, and it started out very innocent. It was stuff like, oh, you have very nice eyes, you're very handsome. I'm like, well, facts are facts, lady. Like, but the other day she came to my work, she actually got really close to me. She actually leaned over and she was like, you know, 20 years ago, you'd be in a lot of trouble. 20 years ago, I was 12. You'd be in a lot of trouble. But I can't say that because I'm at work, so I have to be like, well, maybe I like trouble. I don't know. You don't want me to be bad? I can be bad. Serve for Jesus will fill you with the Holy Spirit. It's okay. I'm sure you guys have, you've already noticed I've got diabetes. It's true, I am diabetic. I recently told the guy I was diabetic and he went, oh, Bobby Orr's got diabetes. Well, tell him I said hi. As a diabetic, I have to take insulin injections in my stomach, and the thing is, I'll do it anywhere. Like, if it's my problem, it's your problem now, too. I have no shame at all. And one day I was out on the street just harpooning myself in the stomach, as I do. And this guy saw me do it, and he goes, hey, what's going on here? And I was like, relax, dude, it's not drugs. Like, nobody shoots hard drugs in their stomach. And he looks at me and he goes, well, it could be steroids. Could it be steroids? Unless hacky sack becomes an Olympic sport. I'm probably not juicing. As a diabetic, I have to go see a dietitian, like, let me know, like, what I should be eating, how I should be taking care of myself, and I went to go see this one dietitian, and she handed me a list of safe foods for diabetics to eat. First thing on the list, herbs and spices. Herbs and spices is not food. Herbs and spices go on your food. Like, in her defense, if you saw me walking down the street with a bag of herbs and spices, you'd be like, that seems right. That's what this guy lives on for sure. Second thing on the list was broth. Broth is just water with herbs and spices. What is your clinic being funded by Paprika? Sometimes you go and see a doctor and they might want to see if you're forming bad habits, so they might ask you if you partake in recreational drug use. But I recently went to go see my diabetic specialist, but she didn't put it that way. She just looked at me and was like, so how much weed do you smoke? I'm like, that's not how you ask that question. That's not. I'm like, look, I don't really keep track, but if you could help me find my car after the appointment. I don't remember the model, but it's red. And kind of smells like weed. She said she didn't even care that I smoked weed because, according to her, weed doesn't affect my blood sugar. So technically, weed falls under the category of herbs and spices. Pretty sweet. I like smoking pot, but even as a diabetic, I always felt lame going into pot dispensaries because I'm the only one in there like, are these edible gummies sugar-free? Because my body's a temple. If you guys carry some kind of THC broth, that would be perfect. I like drugs, man. At my last job, my boss came up to me and was like, Jason, we gotta let you go. And I said, well, why? And he said, well, we think you've been getting high at work. And I said, what makes you think I've been getting high at work? And he said, dude, I fired you 3 days ago. I'm gonna used to work for the company Pepsi. I worked in a delivery truck, and one day I was driving around with this guy, kind of middle-aged, and we're driving in the truck, and he looked over at me, and he's like, hey man, you smoke weed? You drink? And I was like, man, this guy's gonna get me high and drunk at lunch. This is awesome. So I was like, yeah, I do. And he looked at me and he just went, nice. And that was it. That was the whole thing. That's like if you came over to my place and I was like, hey man, are you hungry? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, well, a lot of people are. The world's in rough shape right now. I don't know what to tell you. Really happy to be here. I'm not really sure why I do this because I'm a pretty socially awkward guy in my everyday life. Like at least once a week somebody's like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm like, you too. Just hate myself for the rest of the day. I once hired a cab and the cabbie dropped me off at home and he went, have a good night, man. And then I went, can't wait to see you again. Just haven't hired a cab since because I can't trust myself. The worst was recently I was walking through downtown Hamilton and I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm about to run into this store and this older woman came up to me and she's like, hey, can I get a smoke off you? And I went, look, just finish this one, I gotta run into the store anyways. And then she went, thanks, wanna get together? And then I went, tonight's not good. Why am I taking a rain check with this old sex worker? Yeah, I'd love to get together, but I told this cabbie I was gonna see him again, so another time. Like I said, I've been with my wife, Katie, for a while now, but I realized when I was single, it's really important to let women know that you're diabetic. And one time I didn't do that, and it kind of helped me out. So I was hanging out at this girl's place, and I left, and I guess one of my insulin needles must have fallen out of my pocket. Because when I got home, she sent me a text with a picture of the needle and a text that said, you want to explain this? But I kind of didn't want to see her again anyway, so I just texted back, hey, I like to party. And I didn't and then I didn't get any more texts. Like some people just don't like to have fun, I don't know. Till a few years later, I was with my wife Katie at this point, and we ran into the girl. And right in front of me, she turned to Katie and went, you know he shoots drugs, right? But she didn't realize that I'd already told Katie the story, so Katie went, yeah, he likes to party. And that's when I knew I was gonna marry her. All right, guys, that's it for me. I've been Jason Allen. Thanks a lot.
Jason Allen, everybody.